I'm going to show you guys how to hang a neon sign. So I have my neon sign here on the floor. It is on a glass plexi. However, I will make you note that the plexiglass is actually cut out. So the cheaper neon signs will actually be on a solid piece of plexiglass, and that's where you're going to get a lot of issues with reflection from your flash. In this case, it's been cut out as much as possible so that we minimize reflection, and this is what a quality neon sign will look like. I also have S-hooks. In this case, I have black ones because my backdrop is black, so I want them to blend in as much as possible. And then I'm also using fishing line. This one is pretty heavy duty. It holds 40 pounds, so it is quite thick. So I'm going to string these up and show you how we actually hang our neon signs. The first thing I'm going to do is tie the fishing line onto the S-hook. Most S-hooks will have one side that is actually a little bit thicker. That's the side that I actually want to hang on the back. So I'm going to use this end that doesn't have anything on it, and I'm just going to tie my fishing line on it really good. You want to do a couple of knots. I know it's really hard to see because it's see-through, and if you really want to make sure it's secure, you can always burn it slightly with a lighter because it'll actually melt in place. So once that's on, I'm actually just going to go and hang this up here, just like that, and let this dangle down. Whew. I'm going to repeat that 2 more times. To actually hang the sign, I'm going to show you a couple of tricks. So first of all, I've positioned my hooks already with this one being as close to dead center as humanly possible. And you'll see like these are just hanging freely. And I'm going to take my sign, and I've actually set the live view on the screen to max, which is 10 seconds. And I'm just going to actually tap a photo to see and make sure that this is centered, which it is. And I want it to be about this height. I can even go up a little higher. So this is just so that I can make sure that I'm positioning this in the right spot. So now I can go ahead and take my middle one first, and I'm going to feed it through the hole and then get it nice and tight, and then I'm going to secure it with a knot. You always want to do the center one first so that you can get the right height for everything. Okay, so now that we have this one, I should be able to let it go, and now I'm just going to secure the other side. So I'm going to take, you can pick any side you want, and put it through the hole, and then I'm just going to feed it up until it's nice and straight. So that looks pretty good to me, just to be sure. And then I'm going to do my knots. So it is possible to do it with one person, as you're seeing me do right now, but obviously it's better with 2. Is that still straight? You can always adjust afterwards if you need to, but you kind of want to try and get it on your first go. All right, so that one's nice and tight. And because this one is a little bit shorter, I actually need to move this one in. Oopsies. If you're not tall enough to get that, just bring a step stool. I actually have one right next to me, but I prefer to struggle, so. We'll do this one now. And again, I'm just going to turn on my live view. Yeah, that's actually perfectly straight. So I'll just knot this one up, cut off my excess, and then I will show you how to light this thing so that you can actually get the glow of the sign and not have crazy overexposed photos or underexposed photos. You definitely want to use a strobe photo booth if you're doing neon signs, because that's the best way for you to get the right exposure and to be able to get the signs. So this sign isn't dead center of my backdrop. I could actually move it over a little bit to center it, and then I physically move the photo booth over as well, which is likely what I would do in a real event. But for now, we're going to keep this one. So I'm just going to take my power cable and throw it over the back. And then, oops, have it follow that last string up there. And now I'm just going to connect it. And in the next module, I'm going to show you guys the secrets to lighting a neon sign to get perfect exposure.